Welcome to Keith and the Girls post-show interview. This is show 1817 with guest Adam Conover.
Hello.
How's it going?
Very well. It was a lot of fun.
This was your first time on Keith and the Girl.
Yeah.
You're a natural. You were super fun to talk to.
Oh, thank you.
And you didn't mind me not knowing a lot about movies, which is really sweet.
I also don't know anything about movies. I'm the worst.
You're sweet to say.
Yeah.
But
Do you think
we all
you're,
know.
are you upset that you can't keep saying you're the worst? When you met Chemda?
I'm the worst.
What's the new
Okay, I'll
movie?
let her be the worst. She wants to be the worst.
This is where Adam and I fight to the death.
I asked my friend, in all honesty, the other week, I asked him, I was like, are Jake Gyllenhaal and Maggie Gyllenhaal married? And he was so mad at me for not knowing that they're brother and sister, right?
Yeah.
I asked that question in honesty, and he was so angry at me for not knowing that.
Oh, this is so great. I think we should have like the worst off.
The not knowing movies off?
Yeah, like a game
Yeah.
show. Who's the biggest dum-dum?
Chemda, name one Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Oh, he's not in Batman. His sister was, right?
That counts. I'm going to count that. And Adam just won the whole game.
Gay cowboy.
We also
Right?
talked about
Right. Okay.
we also talked about some wedding faux pas because Keith just
yeah.
got married, and a friend of ours our mutual friend is getting married, and you talked about how.
Who I'm very happy for and like very much, for the record.
And so we talked about. You mentioned this is why I don't want to get married, and
Yeah.
you've been in a relationship for about 4 years now, right?
Yep.
So you sincerely don't want to get married?
Yeah, I don't. It seems like really too complicated to me to like get. First of all, I feel like if we're very happy right now. We're actually domestic partners in the city of New York, which means that like she can be on my health insurance. You get hospital visitation, and it's
Even though that's not a 7-year thing. Around the time
No.
where there's an
like
itch?
common law,
Yeah.
kind of thing. No, it's not that. It's
Oh.
just like it's like you. It's basically if you're a committed couple that's living together, you tell the city that, and you're domestic partners, and it gives you. Oh, it also lets you keep a rent stabilized apartment if like one of you dies. So it was like initially for
wow.
like gay couples in New York.
Do they look at you funny like, well, are you both gay? You and your girlfriend?
I mean, I think it's great. It's like I think it's pretty normal at this point. It's just like you get a couple city benefits, but so it's like we're really happy right now. Like,
Are you both in the same mindset, or is she like, we
She's
could just go to City Hall. It doesn't have to be a wedding thing.
Or I think we can double check our guest list. These guys are weird.
We've had a couple talks, but neither of us want to get married. Neither of us want to get married right now. So to me, it's like once you get married, it's like suddenly your relationship is like pass fail, where before it was just like like if you date someone for 10 years and then you break up, I feel like some people are like, oh man, oh well, 10 years, wow, that sounds like you had a great thing going, great time of your life probably, and now you're on to other things or whatever, right? But if you get a divorce, you've like failed, you have a failed marriage,
Right.
That's just too much pressure, and then it's like,
I like that. We should just start calling people who break up failures. So then everyone could feel
Yeah.
better about their marriage. Well, what about this? We want to really get to know you, so please turn this page over.
Okay.
You're right.
And-
By the way, people do think, like marriage, it should be a big deal, but the way people act like it's such a big deal has to be overwhelming to you also. I remember going to my high school reunion. Woman goes to me, you haven't been married? I'm like, no, I've never been married yet, just haven't been. Really? I'm like, have you been married? And she goes, yeah, twice. 2 divorces she had, but this means she was married twice.
Yeah.
It's
Somebody,
amazing.
somebody committed.
Yeah, I'm able
Yeah.
to commit twice.
it's
Yeah.
just like I feel like if that's what your life is going to be, and for so many people it is, you get married, you get divorced, you get married, you get divorced. That's totally fine. But how much easier would your life have been if you hadn't gotten married? If it had just been a nice long-term relationship where you were comfortable saying, "Hey, I'm committed to you. We're in a committed relationship." And then if something happens and you grow and you change, or then you can.
I see where you're
exit
going.
much more easily.
It depends. It depends who you're in a relationship with, because if you think you're in a relationship with somebody who wants to get married and your life is going to be easier if you don't marry that person, just separate.
Well, it's not that. It's that it's almost a little bit like buying a house, right? It's like right now, like I'm a comic. My life's still in flux. I'm renting. I'm not buying yet because I don't know if it's a decision. You know what I mean? It's like, but that doesn't mean I don't like where I live.
Do you want to have children?
I want to change. I don't want to have children right now. Maybe in like a couple decades,
Couple decades.
Perhaps. I don't know. It's a weird It's like that's a pattern with like comedy people. I feel like it's like at least for men is that, and that's unfortunate because it's like, well, then women get older and it's like they have a biological clock
Right.
that men don't have. But I always think of like for whatever reason, what's in my head, you remember Adam McKay's landlord video with his daughter Pearl? Do you remember that video? It was like
Not
a
a
viral
fan.
video hit. Not a fan of the video.
Not offhand.
Not a fan.
offhand.
Oh, wow.
Is the video with the girl with
Not a fan. Not pleased.
It's Will Ferrell and Adam McKay's daughter, and
Oh, yeah,
she's the
yeah.
landlord, and she's like, "Where's the rent?"
Yeah.
It's a big hit. So for whatever reason, that stuck with me because I'm like, look at Adam McKay. He's like 45 or a little bit older. He's made like 2 movies. He knows what he's doing with his life. He's like, time to settle down. I'm like, that sounds like at about the right time. Like not, but not.
When you're still debating, do I have the right job? That kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I get
Exactly.
you.
I don't want to. I don't think it would be right to have a kid right now.
I say wait until we talked about on the show when people are most happy, most miserable. Seems to be 50 you're most miserable because you realize your planes didn't go through. Maybe that's when you have a kid.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. But for me, it's just not. Some people, their whole life goal is to get married and have a kid, and which I don't relate to at all. I want to be a famous not a famous person, but I want to be like, I want to do big
Right.
things, so.
I hear you. All right.
yeah.
Well, this is what Chemda was saying. Let's get into your head. In front
Oh,
of
yeah.
you, you have an ink blot. Turn it over. Tell us what you see.
Oh, I see 2 sort of like warriors. Like, should I show it?
I
Yeah.
got it.
Oh, you got it already? I see like it's like 2 warriors on 2 like opposing hills with like big swords that are like dragging on the ground, and they're about to have a big fight.
What in the?
You see that? Like here's the head, and then
Okay.
there's their bodies, and then there's sort of like
um,
these big sword type things.
I think this is the first time anybody got it wrong.
Or it's just a scary clown face, I guess.
Oh, I see that. I had mine turned over. Only in comparison to you. I don't know which way is up and which way is down
right,
for this.
yeah.
And I thought I saw like a transformer.
Oh.
I don't know. Is that crazy? Like that's a mask for a transformer, and so that empty space up there is like
The
where,
eyes.
that's
Yeah.
where they look through.
Yeah, but keep in mind, when she says Transformer, she's thinking Superman. I see
Is that DC? Is Transformers DC? Do they live there?
Live Long and Prosper, Transformers.
Are they going to be politicians now in the next movie?
I see a crab, and the way Adam was looking at it, looking right at you, Finding Nemo.
I do see a crab, Keith. Now that you mention,
Well, what do you think about me? Because I saw 2. I was really only looking at the top part, which is weird. But why? What do you think about me based on the fact that I saw 2 like guys about to?
you know
duke it
what?
out?
I think that we should let the audience decide that and write in the comments in this very YouTube section. So it's all about you.
Right.
Let us know what you think about Adam.
Because I feel
shit.
uncomfortable bringing your uncle into it when you were just a kid.
Later.
KeithAndTheGirl.com.